The symphony of the emergency room is a chaotic one. A constant, dissonant chorus of beeping monitors, rattling gurneys, and hushed, urgent voices. It's a language I've learned to speak fluently. Tonight, the rhythm is faster, more frantic. The high-pitched, insistent alarm of a heart monitor cuts through everything else. It's the sound that stills the air, the one that makes every instinct in my body fire at once. Code blue. Cardiac arrest. My feet are moving before my brain has fully processed the call. I'm weaving through the maze of beds and equipment. My focus narrowed to a single point, the room at the end of the hall where a life is hanging by a thread. Time seems to warp in these moments. Seconds stretch into minutes, and the world outside that room just fades away. All that matters is the person on the bed and the team gathering around them. The patient is a man, maybe in his late 60s. His face is pale, his chest still. Just moments ago, he was talking to his wife, complaining about the hospital food. Now he's silent. My colleague is already starting chest compressions. The rhythmic, forceful pushes a desperate beat against the silence of a stopped heart. 1, 2, 3, 4. The count is a steady metronome in the rising tide of controlled chaos. I'm at the head of the bed, my hands working with a practiced speed that feels almost separate from me. Intubation. The airway is priority. I grab the laryngoscope, the cold metal of familiar weight in my hand. Lidocaine spray. I call out, my voice steady, betraying none of the adrenaline coursing through my veins. A quick spray to numb the throat, and then I'm guiding the blade in, searching for that crucial view of the vocal cords. It's a delicate, critical maneuver. There they are. A perfect, clear view. I slide the breathing tube past them, a silent prayer of thanks on my lips as it settles into place. Tube's in, I announce, securing it quickly. I connect the ambu bag and give the first breath. I watch his chest rise. It's a small victory, but in this battle we take everyone we can get. The respiratory therapist is right beside me now, taking over the breathing, her hands moving with the same precise rhythm as the compressions. We are a machine, each part moving in sync, driven by a single purpose. What's the rhythm? The doctor asks, his eyes locked on the monitor. Ventricular fibrillation. A chaotic, useless quivering of the heart muscle. It's not pumping. It's just seizing. Charge to 200, he commands. The defibrillator whines as it powers up, a sound that promises a violent, necessary reset. I'm clear, you're clear, we're all clear. I shout, my hands hovering over the patient, making sure no one is touching the bed. The button is pushed. The patient's body arches off the bed in a sudden, jarring convulsion. It's a brutal, yet essential act. We all look to the monitor, holding our collective breath. The jagged, chaotic line on the screen flattens for a terrifying second, and then a blip, another one. A slow but organized rhythm appears, sinus bradycardia. It's weak, but it's his own. A wave of relief, so potent it's almost dizzying, washes over me, but we're not out of the woods. His heart is beating, but it's too slow. Atropine, 1 milligram, the doctor orders. I draw up the medication, double-checking the vial and the dose. My hands are steady. They have to be. I push the drug into his foreline, and we all watch the monitor again, waiting. The numbers start to climb. 60, 70, 85. A steady, stable rhythm. The room, which was filled with shouts and the whine of machinery, grows quieter. The frantic energy recedes, replaced by focused calm. We're still working, running drips, checking vitals, preparing him for the move to the intensive care unit. But the immediate crisis has passed. The storm has broken. I glance over at my colleague who started the compressions. There's sweat on his brow, but he gives me a small, tired nod. We don't need words. We've been through this 1,000 times. It's a shared language of exhaustion and triumph. In the corner of the room, I see the patient's wife, her face a mask of fear and hope. A social worker's with her, a comforting hand on her shoulder. Her world was just torn apart, and we hope, piece back together in the span of 10 minutes. This is the reality of the year. It's not just about the medical procedures, it's about the people. It's about being the calm in someone else's hurricane. People often ask me how I do it. How I handle the pressure, the chaos, the emotional toll. The truth is, you don't get used to it. You just get better at navigating it. You learn to compartmentalize, to focus on the task at hand, to trust your training and your team. You build a wall, not to become unfeeling, but to protect your ability to feel. Because you have to feel. You have to see the person, not just the patient. You have to remember the husband, the wife, the father, the daughter. That's what fuels you. That's what keeps you going when you're exhausted, when you've missed another family dinner, when the losses feel heavier than the wins. Being an ER nurse is about so much more than just skills and knowledge. It's about being a steady hand in the dark. It's about being a calm voice in the middle of a siren's wail. It's about holding on to hope, even when it's just a fragile flicker on a monitor. We are the first responders inside the hospital walls. We meet people on the worst day of their lives, and we do everything in our power to give them a chance at another day. As they wheel the patient out, his wife rushes to his side, grabbing his hand. He's still sedated, but he's warm. He's alive. She looks up at me, her eyes filled with tears, and mouths the words, "Thank you." In that moment, all the stress, all the exhaustion, it all melts away. That's why we do it. For that moment, for that life, for that thank you. The room is empty now, save for the discarded wrappers and the faint smell of antiseptic. The code team disperses, melting back into the general hum of the A, ready for the next alarm, the next crisis. I take a deep breath, reset, and walk back out into the hallway. The symphony starts again. A new patient is coming in. And we'll be ready. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider sharing it. And to all the healthcare workers out there, thank you for your incredible dedication. Stay safe, and remember to take care of yourselves too.